That was rough. Yeah, I'm at a loss of words if I'm being honest. I really thought that this game was going to be very different. I knew it was going to be. I thought it was going to be close. I knowing both teams, they were going to be very. I thought it was going to be like 4-3, Barca. Um, Kind of like Inter type of game, but I was not expecting this. If I'm being honest, I have a lot of Chelsea friends, and I was so ready to give them shit. If I'm being honest, um, but here we are at a loss of words. Um, yeah, first off, I do want to say hats off to Chelsea. They have been playing phenomenal the past month or so. They have a lot of speed up top. They were, I think, the game plan that they had was try to catch us off guard on the counter and then beat the high line with the speed. But they pressed. They were aggressive. They really controlled the middle. Without Pedri being there, they Caicedo and Ansel, they controlled the middle. They they were pressing. They were being aggressive. They really brought the energy. Both teams brought the energy in the beginning, but then Chelsea just continued and Barca lowered it. They showed that they wanted it more. Estevao, special player. He is someone I was listening to Thierry after the game, and he made such a great point where you love watching players that, yeah, uh, football right now is very systematic. Every player has a role and very structured. With Estevao and players like that, Lamine, Ronaldinho, like it's yeah, you have a system, but there comes a time where you need to give the ball to the player and then let him work its magic, you know. And Estevao is one of those players. He, yeah, what a player. And 18 too. It's fantastic how he played today, and yeah, ever since I think whenever he played against Liverpool and then had that late winner, he's been on fire with Chelsea and um, with the national team. And Chelsea's gonna be a is gonna be a very scary team. Already is a scary team, but they're gonna be much better with Cole when he comes back. So hats off to them. The first half, Barca and really both teams were pressing well, um, both aggressive, running after the ball, and it was genuinely a very exciting game. It was, again, I thought it was going to be 4-3, but it did not end that way. I do think if I'm going to get to this later, but I think if Ferran makes the goal and does not miss that wide open chance, maybe the game is different. But yeah, if I'm being honest, I think I'm just gonna go player by player and go from there. I don't think this is a game that I think it was very obvious on how it went, but Joan Garcia, I think he really did the best he could. He had great control on the ball. He helped build up the play, and he was so unlucky on a lot of those goals, like Kunde own goal. Estevao, I mean, I think that was just fantastic finish and just play, if I'm being honest. So yeah, Joan Garcia, I think that he did the best he could. Defense, specifically Araujo. There's been so many times since he started, especially the last 3 years, where you really just try and give him as many chances as I feel like it's like a toxic relationship, where the the boyfriend or girlfriend keeps messing up, and then uh you really want to break up with that person, but then they show you, they cook dinner for you, they uh take you to the movies or whatever, and then it gives you like a little bit of hope, and then they mess up again, and then you're in that cycle. That's Araujo. Again, history repeats itself in the Champions League. Red card, or just stupidity from him. Um, I don't think that that first yellow was the correct call. Um, but I mean, can't complain about that. But if you're on a yellow, how do you go on that play and make that tackle? That is stupidity at its finest. Um, there has to be a point where you have to, we as fans have to stop looking at the glimpses of positivity and look at the mess ups, look at the mistakes when it actually counts. And against Paris 2 years ago, against Inter last year, today, there's been so many that you look at it, and yeah, like when I saw that, it just drained me, if I'm being honest. Like, come on, stupidity at its finest. And I'm trying to use the right words and not really like show all my emotions here. But Kunde, very unlucky with the own goal. He did okay today. If I'm being honest, the whole defense did okay. Yeah, Kunde had got cooked by Garnacho a few times, but I also think he held his own in a few points of the game. Kuwarsi, I think he had an all right game. I think, yeah, he had an okay game. I think he did show effort. He showed that grit at a few points of the game, and that's something that no one in the team really did. I think it that Estevao goal where he took Cubarci on, I think it was more of Estevao's magic than Cubarci's mess ups. I think Estevao, he just did fantastic on that play. I'm not gonna be really too hard on Cubarci. Balde, he was okay. This year he has not really been the same as last year. Yes, he's gone through a few injuries, but last year he, I don't know, showed more effort, showed more energy. A lot of times this year, whenever I see, most of the goals have been tap-ins. They hit us on the counter, and then there's always a tap-in at the other side of they make a cross, and on the other side of the field, there's someone wide open. And yeah, it's been from defenders and just really everyone not coming back to defend and mark their man. Balde has been doing that so many times. This game, I saw that a few times. Thankfully, we didn't get scored on because of that. But I wasn't surprised if we let in two more because of the lack of urgency and wanting to come back and mark your man. So Balde has just been really disappointing, if I'm being honest, this year. I've been more excited when I see Herrera Martin, and that's not something that I thought I would be saying when I think of last year. Last year, I would never have said that. This year, I'm like, Herrera Martin, he's been more consistent. Shows more effort as of right now. The mid, non-existent. I genuinely think if Pedri is in this game, it would have looked much different because even though Caicedo and Enzo are, I think, one of the top duos in the world, in midfield duos, I do think Pedri and Frankie together, they're much better. But we didn't have him. We had Eric. Eric played fantastic against Athletic Bilbao. But I don't know. Today, if I'm being honest, I didn't see him. I didn't see him. He had one of those performances where you forgot he was there. Yeah, he was non-existent. And Fermin, he brought the energy the first 20 minutes. You're seeing him, collide with people, running around all over the pitch. He was trying, but he's not the best at defending or really controlling the ball. And that's what the game ended up turning into, and what we really needed is defending and controlling the ball. I think Olmo or Casado would have been better. I think, yeah, the first 20 minutes, I think that was Fermin's style of play, more attack, more aggressiveness, more energy, more back and forth. But then as the game went on, I do think Casado and Olmo were a better fit for it, especially that Olmo and Casado are better in the possession and that link-up play. Chelsea was really attacking and pressing a lot in the middle. So we're just losing ball way too much in the middle. Eric was not good on the passing, on the controlling, and I mean he's a center back turned defensive mid. I really don't think, yeah, the mid was very non-existent. I think Frankie, he didn't have any help, and he did the best he could, and he was just alone. So I felt bad for Frankie, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think Betty being in the game would have helped so much in the game, and I think it would have turned everything around. Ferran. Ferran. It's inexcusable to miss that game. To miss that. That was one of the worst misses I've seen in a very long time. He was off the whole game, and he's such an anomaly because he will score 3 in one game, and you're like, El Tiburón. Yes, perfect. And then the next game, he'll miss these, like, the easiest opportunities that you can think of. And because he's like a wave. He goes up, down mentally. And one game he'll be the most confident player ever, and then the next game very insecure. I think that through his game for the rest of the game, he was very off for the rest of the game, and I do think Rafinha. It sucks that he's coming back from injury. Um, I'm excited for Rafinha to be back at 100% because his energy, his runs, his speed would really help on the wing. I know this year with Rashford and he's been Hansi has really been putting him more in the middle, more 10 type of role. I don't see Rafinha in that position. Um, Last year with him on the left, Lewa on the top, and then Lamine on the right. I mean, we were the top scoring team last year in Europe. It's for a reason. But we haven't really had the opportunity to play all three at the same time due to injuries. If Lamine and Rafinha are playing, then Lewa is injured. If Lewa and Lamine are playing, then Rafinha is injured, or vice versa. So I think that has really hurt us this year because, again, last year that was the attacking three. They know how to play together. They know where they're gonna be. They're incredible at linking with each other, and we haven't had the opportunity to have that. And yeah, I really want Hansi to play like last year. Again, I know Rashford has been playing fantastic this year. Yeah, he's been playing great, but I don't think I prefer Rashford in the middle, and then Rafinha in the middle. Not because Rashford's better in the middle or anything like that, but Rafinha is so much better on that outside in this team. And again, Rashford, whenever he's at his best, I think he's one of the top wingers in the entire world, but just not right now. Not in this team. Lewa was very non-existent because, I mean, after the first 15 minutes, he did. I think yeah, he was involved. He was, trying. But it's very hard for a striker like Lewa to provide anything if he's not getting any distribution from the wingers or the mid, and there was none of that. So when he can't create by himself, and he really relies on on his teammates around him to create, then you're gonna have a game like this. So I don't really put a lot of blame on Lewa because that's who Lewa is. He needs help from around him, and there was no help today. So he did okay, non-existent too. And then Lamine. I'm gonna start with this. He needs to stop posting before these big games and saying, "I'm back," or "pressure is a privilege," or cut it, because did it against Portugal. Did not play well. Did it against PSG. Did not play well. Did it today. Did not play well. He looked lost. He looked quiet today. His lack of defense helped them. Helped Cucurella push up and help Chelsea's attack, because that's a lot of what they do. They get a lot of help from Cucurella on that side and provide crosses, provide all of that, and me not helping in the defense really helped them. And then I thought he was lazy. He gave up many times after being fouled, and obviously I understand he just got fouled. But when you play against Premier League teams, they're more aggressive than La Liga. So you're not going to be getting those calls every time. And I prefer you continue to play and, you know, and play until the whistle is blown. And he just stops, raises his hand, and I don't know. I really saw him very lazy today, and that's my biggest pet peeve. Don't stop playing until you hear the whistle. And yeah, I'm just really tired of these Instagram posts and then not performing after. Again, I think he hasn't been performing this season because of his injury. Perfect. I understand that he's not going to be like that. But why post? Why? It just makes it look like a joke. Estevao embarrassed Lamine today. Made Lamine look very bad today, and I don't like that. And yeah, I think overall a day to forget, game to forget. Shout out to all the coolers that ended up traveling to Stamford Bridge, and I was hearing them, and they showed support, and even though we lost, I'm glad that Rafinha and the players went to thank them after the game, because I mean they deserve it. They deserved a win, and yeah, it's not easy traveling to another country and being in the away fan section, but so many came out to support, so shout out to them. And yeah, today I saw a team that didn't really bring much effort. Very disappointed, but I do think that once everyone comes back from injury and we get the reps, I do think we're going to be a team like PSG last year. Did not start well, but then by the end, they performed and got it done. I do think that this is going to be, yeah, I think this team is going to do it. Hopefully, but yeah, I have faith. Just bad game today. So yeah, very pessimistic video today, but again, I do think it's gonna get better from now on. And yeah, we got it. Hopefully, there's plans of doing a stream of the game, like watch along. So tune in for that, and yeah, let me know any constructive criticism, anything you would like to see from this channel. I do want to watch some Premier League games and yeah, do those streams here, and La Liga games and international games. I want to kind of start doing all of that. So yeah, leave a like and comment. Let me know what your thoughts, good and bad. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.